you are. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Starlight Digest, a podcast bringing line talk and digesting Star Wars topics over 1,000 years. This is episode 322, being recorded on August 27th, 2025. I'm your host, Darth Butcher, and I got Scott Solo here.
What's up, nerds?
It's half the Monday crew. And half the Starlight Digest.
Half the regular crew.
Well,
it's the
Joey,
crew that counts. It's the crew that counts, right?
We all want to say to Joey, get well soon. He's had a couple little medical things, but he's okay. Hopefully he can make it in the chat, just kind of relaxing. I know Chris has still got company and family from out of town, so he's preoccupied, and Ernie will be here when he wants to. So that's the status of Ernie. Ernie the fallen. I'll be there when I want to. Fett.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
But seriously, it's been a everybody eyes on Joey. Make sure Joey is okay all day. It's been God.
Darth Vader
man.
emojis, right? Darth Vader emoji.
Yeah.
It's all he'll respond to is Darth Vader memes and emoji. I don't know if we have any, but anyway, guys. Before we get into it, and we got some things to talk about, just to preview it. We've got the D23 that's this weekend, and there is a showcase that they always do, and Star Wars is a part of it. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about a couple other things, how Andor is reshaping Star Wars in more ways than just what we talked about a few weeks ago. So, and a couple more things. And everybody in the pit, please, this is a participation podcast. So anything you guys want to talk about, even if you want to check on the lat, We could do that. We could find out what
yeah.
numbers and see if we can.
Not good.
Maybe we shouldn't.
Maybe not.
But anyway, I'm going to kick it over to Scott, who's going to shout out our Shadow Council and everybody who's being very vocal in the pit, especially Bly. Bly's just like, he's so loud in the pit.
I know, right?
Hats.
Hey, but before we do this, you guys all want to see something pretty cool. Check this out. It's 4 seconds long. It's really, or 5 seconds long. That's a long time according to some people, but check this out. This is pretty cool. That's right. Moocher's 3D Lab, proud sponsor of the Sarlacc Digest podcast. He is creating, I say they because that's what you're supposed to do.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
This guy is creating all sorts of really cool Halloween stuff. So just brace yourselves for the awesome that is Darth Moocher.
Thank you, sir. That's a sneak peek of what that channel is going to be doing for the next 2 months. And Brantley, you know what? Brantley is my inspiration for that intro. So
yeah, nice.
Anyway, very take it away. The mic is yours, Scott. And yeah.
All right. So, hey, welcome back, everybody. We appreciate you being here, joining us for this non-news, full of news, all sorts of news. We're making shit up kind of day. And that's
what we do.
Why not? That's what we do, right? And we couldn't do it if it wasn't for these fine folk right here. That's Adam S., AJ from the Forbidden Panel, Blitz Transmissions. I'm waving my fingers around, even though you guys can't see it. Blitz Transmissions, O'Brien C. I'm still pointing. Cliff, Commander Bly, Commander Cook, Crystal E. She came and visited me in my office today, and she was like, what the hell is with this work stuff?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Who are all these students and why are they here? We've also got Don the Dad Dorn, Eric Grubb, Flavy Davy, Gavin Connor from the Holy Hour All Cure podcast, Alt Runner Base, Luke O'Brien, Mervine Bolanos, Matt Logic, Mufftack is back, Nicholas Schaefer, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Rhino Hobbies, not Ryan Hobbies, Rhino Hobbies, Stu John Jedi, Troy Dodson. And we have a new member to the that I have not had an opportunity yet to add to our list. And if I was half the host that I think I was, I would already have that name pulled up and ready to go. That's Chris. It is another Chris with a K. So welcome.
Not our Chris
with a K.
Not
our Chris. A different Chris. A better Chris. A manlier Chris. An upgraded Chris. So welcome, Chris, to the Shadow Council. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And everything you do. So on top of that, we've also got these folks in here. We've got 50 messages in here already. So
crazy.
I'm going to be scrolling for a second. We've got Commander Bly. First. That's right. Stu John Jedi checking in 9 hours early, as you do.
He wants to talk, man.
We've got Toyolo 4x4. Is he going to catch him live? I don't know. Is he here? Are you here? Let us know if you're here. He was here. He was here at 4:49 p.m. Let's see. We've got Rhino Hobbies, the man, the myth, the legend. Hoping he's going to get to LA Comic Con because we would love to see him. We've got Basil G. He's in there. Let me see. Scrolling down, we got Mando Mike. He won't be at LA Comic Con. Guaranteed. No. He's in, I don't know, some faraway land right now. Commander Bly still there scouring. He's just hunting for XP. As you do.
Right.
As you do. And then we've got Mr. Arthur Henderson in there. What's up, Arthur? Long time no see, man. Good to get caught up with you. Santo 1414, another local. Are you going to be at LA Comic Con?
Please.
Let's go, man. we need a meetup. Then we got Rick Jones in there.
What's
up? One of these days I am going to get a magic mirror. Got to get a magic mirror for this. We've got Crystal. See, she came visit me in my office and now she's here in the chat. See? That's how it works. Did I already call out Rick Jones? If not, there he is.
Another one.
We've got Dr. Brantley here. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. Yes, my office looks very interesting as it's falling apart. Michael Gutierrez is here. We've got Meeks in here. All sorts of folks. If you're in there, give us a shout out. We'll give you a shout out. And yeah. Now I need drinks.
Yes, Arthur Henderson, that 5 seconds blew 6 months of ad budget. It really did. That's why we can't do the magic mirror, because that's what,
That's right. I can't afford a magic mirror.
Jordan from Canada. What's up? Hey, thanks for the stream. Appreciate the Star Wars Passion Insights. That's what we're here for. And that's why you're here for it, because, there's actually a lot going on behind the scenes. So we get to kind of like, we're trying to find these surface level anything, right? News, tidbits, whatever. But I got to tell you, and I said this before, I do enjoy this lull time in between projects. Because I did go ahead and revisit Ahsoka. I sat there and in 2 days watched all of it, and I think I put it in the chat. I was like, you know what, I like this. Even the Sabine parts, I kind of like because I was expecting it. I'm no, I'm kind of like getting into it and like, all right, well, let's just go. But yeah, man, I just coming off from Andor and then going into like a more Star Wars, the traditional Star Wars, the Force, and, Empire stuff. And I think it just works. It works so good, We got John Graber, the space jockey. Good evening, gentlemen.
He spits on Black Series.
No, there's what no, you can't do that.
No, I exactly, Stu John. Ahsoka wasn't too shabby. I loved it, man. I mean, not only you see a lot of things that carry over from the animated, right? So in Rebels, you see Ahsoka reviewing Anakin's videos, his training exercises that he left her, and then we see that in live action.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I will say this. I will say this though. Ahsoka season 4. The whole overarching I'm sorry, season 1, the season that's out. I don't know what the whole overarch, just that in general, is something that only people who watched the Clone Wars, who watched Rebels, who got into it. It is because I can tell. I was trying to put my headspace in, and like, if I don't know anything else out there and I'm watching this as a Star Wars show, I would be completely lost on all of these people. Like Anakin had an apprentice and all of those things, right? So,
it does require a little bit of pre-knowledge.
It does. Yeah. And I know Dave Filoni. I know we're getting to Ahsoka talk, but I know Dave Filoni said,
let's go.
When you watch it, you're supposed to jump in and it'll kind of explain things as you go, and it's there. You just have to kind of pay attention to it,
Yeah, but I tell you what, though, if you do start off though with Rebels and with Clone Wars, the payoff right. is so much stronger than if you just went in blindly.
100%.
So
yeah, Delphi Rangers, $1.99 to kick Commander Bly from the chat. I think he's asking.
Oh, yeah, because he didn't actually. I don't think he gave $1.99. He's just saying
he's trying to trick us.
He is.
Rick Jones, I rewatched Skeleton Crew. It holds up. That's my next one. I'm gonna redo. Yep. I'm gonna go back. Because it's a fun little adventure, and the reason why I do those things is just to kind of like, that's what we do. We watch Star Wars periodically here and there. Sometimes we just pick an episode, not 7, 8, 9, out of a hat, and we just kind of go and do things. Now I'm finding myself more into like, let me binge a series, and as we lead up to things. So can these were at Delphi
Rangers.
My hoping that there is a season up to season 5 in Ahsoka, great. But essentially Ahsoka is Rebel season 5. I mean, it is like a direct, how many years later and stuff, but
exactly. To Mando Mike here, you don't have to read Star Wars media books and comics though, right? Correct. There's very little Rebels content in comics, right? There's you've got a little bit with the history of Kanan Jarrus, who they barely even touched in the Ahsoka series. So you don't really need that. And there is a book, which is when Kanan met Hera. But again, it's their past, and it doesn't really pertain to what we see in Ahsoka.
It's only the live action and the animation that's the actual, like, center timeline. Anything else, comics and books, none of them that I've read that actually impacts anything. Only character. Like the Vader impacts the character. The Ahsoka novel impacts her, but you don't need that to understand what anything is going on. Like I said, there's the A canon and the B canon. And A canon supersedes, of course. Yeah.
And a great example of that, as a matter of fact, is there was, like I said, the Kanan Jarrus origin story in the comics.
Yeah.
And it kind of picked up on Order 66 and how he escaped from Order 66. But then Bad Batch came out and rewrote that.
In one 5-second scene, it was like, boom, boom, master book. Okay, done. Like, you got it. And then you can kind of headcanon the rest. You really can, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, really Howlrunner is here. What's up, man?
Now we can start the podcast.
Yeah, now it starts. Now it starts.
All
well,
right.
you know, it's funny how, like, you know, we're going back and some of us are going back and watching everything. What I said earlier in the opening was how Andor, right? The series of Andor, the character, and just that, like, you know how much I think both of us and a lot of people were just enthralled with it. Just kind of like, I love it. And then there's other people who are like, this is not Star Wars in the traditional Star Wars. But then a couple of weeks ago, I said, but if Andor can influence future projects to be the character centric, the real concentration on aesthetics and character development, but put it in with lightsabers and force, which the Rey movie was like, kind of like the creators saying, hey, look, we're taking a very, very good look at Andor for, you know, things.
Yeah.
But now we have Ewan McGregor saying it too. I don't know if you've seen, there's a bunch of I don't know if there's official articles or something's going on. This is what I've been seeing. Again, you know, to take this with a grain of salt, but it seems like he's back at it, pushing for a Kenobi return. Now he's pushing for an Andor season 3 that has Kenobi in it. And this is why I say
what
are these people that are writing these articles really thinking this through? You know what I mean? Because
tell us you watched Andor without telling, or tell us you didn't watch Andor without telling us you didn't watch Andor.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. And then I'm like, well, it's like, it wouldn't be on the realm of possibility. I think Ewan McGregor has been pushing for a return to Star Wars in some capacity anyway. On one hand, I go, well, there's another example of Andor influencing the future projects, meaning like maybe not directly, but like this works. You put the finger on the pulse of the fans, what works. If Disney looks at it and Lucasfilm looks at it and goes, this is the style of Star Wars that's working, so we're going to, you know, blueprint the future projects after this. And is this Ewan McGregor's way of pushing it to, like, you know, again, if it is a true thing that he's doing, is this his way of pushing his agenda to get back in, name dropping Andor? Now, again, you can't put him in Andor at this point. You can't have a season 3. And also, you
could have like a season 1.5 or something, you know,
but it'd be Alec Guinness, dude. I mean, it's like so close. I mean, it just doesn't work, right? You know what I mean? Like Kenobi was 10 years prior, and you still have to kind of like blur the lines on the two actors and how it, you know,
you got to heavily make him up if you're going to continue on from Kenobi onward, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to make his hair white. It's time to blend those two.
Yeah. And I got to say this to guys, and correct me. Well, don't correct me, because it's my opinion, right? But like, let me know your opinion. It's like,
sure.
I didn't think Kenobi was that good to justify any more of it. You know what I mean? So
Kenobi had some shining moments.
Yes.
And it had,
just like Book of Fett.
Just like Book of Boba Fett. It had some shining moments to where it was like, oh my God, is this really happening? Oh my God, this is amazing. And then the things that surrounded those shining moments were not quite shining.
They were they were the point of contention for a lot of things, just like as Acolyte, right? Acolyte had some very, very cool shiny moments, but then the discourse was surrounded by discourse. Same thing with Kenobi, same thing with Book of Fett. What works was to me, in my opinion, Andor works, Ahsoka works, Skeleton Crew works, and those other projects had some really cool points. But again, you know, it just didn't. So I don't know, man. Like, I know there's a lot of people. So if Julianne Fernie was in the chat, you know, I'm sure she'd watch. I'm sure she's gonna push because she loves Ewan McGregor. So I get it. You know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, I think a lot of us here are going like, okay, first of all, you got to get out of this era. If you can't just strangle this era to death. You know what I mean? And then second of all, Kenobi wasn't that where I was like, oh my God, I'm pounding the sand for a part 2 for resolution on Reva. You know what I mean?
We're to the point where Obi-Wan, he needs to be hey, Toyolo, what's up? You made it. Obi-Wan needs to be the exclamation point, kind of like Anakin was in Ahsoka, right?
Yeah.
Anakin's appearance in Ahsoka was like a, oh my God moment, right? Whenever you had him next to young Ahsoka, you had his Force Ghost, you had the hologram version of him. Those were moments that were just like, holy crap, this is insane. I can't believe this is happening. Yeah. That's what you need with Obi-Wan. If you're going to bring Obi-Wan back into it, he can't be the focus. His moment is done.
I agree.
Was in the prequels. He had his moment 10 years later.
Yeah.
And he needs to pick up again in A New Hope where he is.
Right.
Anything we see, there has to be a flashback, a Force Ghost, something like that.
Yeah. And I that's where I'm like all on board with, honestly. Let's check in with the chat a little bit. Michael Gutierrez, Hell Runner Base. I'm curious to know if no, that wasn't the one. He said something here. This one. This chat. Is anyone here going to watch the Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy Piece of the Past? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I think it comes out in it's September. But yeah, I'm gonna watch it. It's not gonna be a day one, and I don't think I'm like rushed to do it. But we talked about this a little bit last week. I think was it's a fun series, and it's something where I'll watch and then see where it goes. It's just kind of like if I had nephews or younger family members or whatever, I would yes, watch this,
September
and 19th. Then explain to them how it's not canon. Yeah. So
right. September 19th, 2025 is the debut. So we've got that coming. Personally, I didn't make it through season 1 without falling asleep. So I never went back and finished it.
It had its moments.
I have trouble. I explained this last week. I have trouble with animated films that don't really have any bearing on something to hold my attention.
Just like Visions. Right.
Just like Visions. Yeah, it was fun, but it was
I mean, like I said, I'll watch it because we consume. We consume.
Yeah, of course.
First off,
it's like me watching Resistance, so you guys didn't have to.
You
can watch Lego, so I don't have to.
Yeah, I'll report on it. Delphi Rangers and/or didn't work in terms of viewership, though. I don't know. There was. I don't know. I don't know how those numbers work. It's like it was lower than usual or higher than usual. So, but I mean, me personally, this is my opinion. I'd rather have something that was amazing that I just fell in love with and to be. I'd rather it to be good than popular. And if that kills, I mean, so we grew up this way, right? We grew up with a lot of cool movies and cartoons and stuff that were lived for like a couple years and then just fell off. Even Star Wars, it fell off, and we call it the dark times. But we love the fact that it was there for us, and we get to revisit it. So I guess in my long-term vision, like if it ended today, I'm cool. I'm sad we wouldn't do the podcast anymore, but I'll be cool. I'm like, that's okay. I could take my 6 movies and I can live happily ever after. So I'd rather have good things than popular things.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I mean, I don't want Disney to see spikes on viewer like how YouTube works, right? Oh, this worked because someone made a joke and so that joke, we don't know if it's good or bad, but it was mostly viewed. So we're going to base our entire 5 years on that joke. And that's a dangerous thing to do,
And I think that's one of the reasons why I have a hard time getting through shows like Lego Rebuild the Galaxy, because they hit jokes and then they just recycle those.
Yeah.
It's the screaming goats of Thor, right? It's that same concept.
Yeah, my LEDs are exactly red and blue. That's exactly right. I'm in this good versus evil mood going on right now. Yes, John Gray, we are going to we're going to talk about D23 in just a couple minutes here. And kind of speculate on what's going on. I will say that there's nothing official, but
not yet.
But there's expectations. Yeah.
Toyolo, what's the next Star Wars exclusive you're going to rip up on camera? That would be tomorrow. We've got tomorrow's Mummy Trooper, so the exclusive Walmart Halloween Trooper or Mummy Trooper. That one's getting open tomorrow. And then September 1st, we've got the glow in the dark Target exclusive Ghost figure. So stay tuned for those.
Love
it. You know, scattered all throughout. I've got stuff.
Love it. Love it. Michael Gutierrez, will Boba Fett be in any other projects? Well, according to Tamora Morrison, no. Because he wasn't asked. This is on his words. We can kind of like, I guess, take that face value that he wasn't asked in anything currently. So we, as it stands right now, I don't think we expect to see Boba Fett. You know, there's a funny thing that happens in today's markets, right? In Star Wars, from the toys to the movies and stuff, it's like they try something, and if it's not $1 billion views, $1 billion overnight, they don't revisit it. You know what I mean? They just don't course correct, or they, you know, whatever. They just go on to another project that is a little bit better, right? Like Ahsoka was better than Book of Fett, and its Skeleton Crew was better than Book of Fett, right? It was like this thing that they do. I think Boba Fett needs a redo. Right, Ernie? Right, Ernie?
It is. I mean, who's going to want it redone, basically?
Well, I know you like Book of Fett just the way it is.
Just the way it is. Old Grandpa Fett. That's all we need.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, Ernie, welcome to the show, Ernie. So this is perfect. The question was this. Michael Gutierrez saying, will Boba Fett be in any projects? And we're saying, because Tamara Morrison said no, he hasn't been asked to be anything.
Correct.
We're kind of just taking at it, like I said, as no. Right now, as it stands, Boba Fett is not in any of these scripts.
Poor dude was even to the point of asking you to ask this.
Yeah,
like he was. Like he had seen like some of this online stuff happen, right? And he was like, so guys, if you can, tell them you want Boba Fett back.
Yeah, petition. If we get enough signatures.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Here's the thing, though. If they do it, I want them to do the character justice, which is not what they did in the first season or in that season, right? They did him incredibly in The Mandalorian, and then in his own show, it was like, what are we doing?
I mean, Ernie, you have to say, like, Boba Fett in The Mandalorian was absolutely 100% perfect. To the point, even the first ever after credits in a Star Wars show, when you come and blast a bit for two. If they left it at that, with him getting his armor back and taking over Jabba's palace, you know, and doing that whole ending scene, I am done with that. Like, you can take that only and never have Book of Fett, and I would still be like ecstatic that was it, because it was the Boba Fett that we're used to, or in our mind, right, from the EUs and the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy. He proved it in Mandalorian just by kicking ass, and then just being the honor thing, and then going to Jabba's palace and just like bam, and like what a perfect kind of like character thing they did.
It was.
I think so, Rick Jones. I mean,
what's up, Rick? Yeah. So like, yes, I'm a Boba Fett fan, and speaking to that. There was even, I know everybody goes to those ones, but how good was it still? Remember when they raided the base and they said, well, why don't you go? And he said, I think they'd recognize my face. Like, that was still even like,
we talked about moments. Like, Boba Fett had some spectacular moments.
Yeah.
You know?
So then I know what happened with Book of Boba Fett, but again, I'm just a Boba Fett fan. There was a lot that happened in Book of Boba that was good for all shows that had to happen. And I just do take it as old man Fett, like I said, Grandpa Fett.
Yeah,
you know?
They changed the character.
It shouldn't have happened that way, but hey, it's what we got. It's what happened now.
Yeah.
Unless by some miracle they retcon it and he wakes up in that damn tank.
Right.
He's like, oh.
I hate that dream. F this place.
Yeah.
I dreamt that I rode a bantha.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And he just chuckles. That was good. That was the only good thing about that dream.
Yeah.
And then he goes on and like he just has his helmet on the whole time and everything else. Like, okay.
So you don't. They're not asking Tamora Morrison at all. They can AI his voice. So technically, you know, he doesn't have to be in it anymore.
I would love it. I would love it for him to show back up in something or something.
Okay.
But at the same time, I still want a Book of Boba Fett too, because I do want to know what happened with Fennec.
Yeah.
Fennec was a badass, and everything she was doing for him. Like, Give me that into the story, right?
And that's the sad thing. That's the sad thing. You want the Book of Boba Fett so you can see what happened with Fennec.
Yeah, but they could do that. Mando 4. Yeah. They could do that.
Yeah. But because we kind of have his closing with Cad Bane, right? Like they're there, so like I want to know Ernie's thoughts on what became of Chet at the end of Weird Science. Look, dude, Chet was basically he was stewed. All right. And if he's going to be there as a piece of shit at the end of the show, I think he went on to be a great piece of shit.
Well, she changed him back. Remember, she changed it back. And then she said, if you mess with Gary and Wyatt again, I'll give you a set of elephant balls this big. And he's like, and that's when he grabs him. Yeah. He's like, him. Oh,
yeah. It's true.
I love Weird Science.
Maybe he
opened up what happened to Chet.
A mattress store and went on to be a very kind dude with a good family.
Chet went to become a used car salesman. No offense to the used car salesman. I'm just saying like that was like
that's what he is.
Speaking of used car salesmen, we've got Mando Mike in there with SW Strip Joint. There is the Empire Strips Back is currently playing in Las Vegas right now, just so you know. So you can go there and see some stuff.
It's doing very well, actually.
It is.
Yeah.
Chet actually it was Chet, Delphi Red. Chet became a punk in Terminator. Yeah, well, actually, he got frozen, woke up in the future, joined the Marines because he was already in the army and right, joined the Marines, got sent to space, he got killed by a bunch of aliens in the
right.
Yep,
right.
It's funny.
Yes, Hellrunner Base Cobra Commander was a used car salesman that then became an Amway salesman that used that pyramid scheme to build his fortune to make Cobra. So yes, indeed, yes,
very cool.
It's all about Amway and used cars. Yep,
and he likes to wear a trench coat too.
Yeah.
Yes,
if he shows up. Yeah.
All right. So Ernie's here. We can actually open the floodgates up to D23 this weekend. So it's going on this weekend, and it is. So for those of you who don't know,
no, we weren't talking about Chet Maddox.
Yeah. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, D23 is Disney's convention that kind of showcases their year ahead of parks, movies, cartoons, merchandising, basically all the businesses rolled into one. It's their 2-day convention and everything. And this Saturday, I think to kick it off after the opening ceremonies, they have the Disney Showcase, which is their movies. So all their IP. So anything Disney Plus and anything coming out in the movie theater. So I think last year they had a Skeleton Crew thing or an Andor thing or something like that. They would show clips. And so what are we?
It was both for both of them.
Yeah.
Clips.
Yeah. So exactly. Yeah. I think there was a trailer. I think there was a trailer that they dropped. It was a pretty good, kind of behind the scenes or people who were there going on now.
Freakier Friday was talked about.
Yeah. I mean, they go through. It's like an hour of this song and dance that they do about like trying to advertise to everybody what's coming in Disney next year
and park stuff
too. So So yes, definitely. I hope they're gonna have a preview of some Millennium Falcon ride that we were talking about. Maybe a like a sample. Somebody people can ride it there and stuff. That'd be awesome. But of course, we're all kind of like on pins and needles on a Star Wars future, the slate. I know the movie stuff has been kind of heating up, with the Mando Grogu, Starfighter, and the Rey movie, and all those things going on. But like D20 or Disney Plus, besides Ahsoka, and Darth Maul animated next year, we get Darth Maul animated. So
Visions 3
this year, yeah, and hopefully some tail. So like what we know, I think we could probably comfortably say they're going to show us something about Mando Grogu. I hope it's more than the trailer they showed at when did they show that trailer?
Celebration.
It was Celebration
Japan. Yes. So more than the AT-AT hallway scene, Mando's hallway scene. More. I'm hoping it's either that it becomes live because that's not available to watch anywhere. But something more so, or a sizzle reel like they've done in the past, and a combination of Ahsoka 2 and Mando Grogu, kind of like that's what I'm expecting, right?
Mm-hmm.
First off, what are you guys expecting? And then second of all, do you think there'd be any surprises in there? You know, like Japan, they surprised us with Starfighter and Ryan Gosling, and I think they had to, because that is the future of their New Jedi Order era that they're trying to set up. You know,
I think we'll I'm pretty sure we'll end up getting at least a teaser trailer for Mando Grogu. I think we might get a sizzle reel for Ahsoka season 2. You know, some kind of a behind the scenes thing where we might get our first real good look at the new Balin skull, that kind of thing.
There we go. Yeah.
I could also see them, of course, previewing a little bit of the Mando or the new Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run ride. I think we could see some of that, but I honestly, I don't know, man. I don't know what else we might be able to get. Maybe some announcements of upcoming Star Wars nights or something like that at Disneyland. But what do you think, Ernie?
I agree with you. I think we will be getting a trailer for Mando Grogu, probably along with our official posters or the official, you know, what's what our logo is going to be, you know, so we can probably start seeing it in the parks, or when you look it up, coming soon, that type of thing. I think for Ahsoka, I don't know so much about a sizzle reel, but maybe a retelling of what's to come. Maybe we'll get one of those, you know, like Ahsoka narrating in the background, or it could be what's his name? I want to say Hanzo. No.
Oh, Hondo. Hondo?
No, the droid.
Ezra? Oh, Hu Yang.
Oh, yeah. Hu Yang, yeah.
Saying what's going to be happening for, you know, or what happened in Ahsoka. And we could get flashes. And then he says what leads us to this, and maybe we'll get flashes.
I like that, actually.
Of 2, right? It just gets us hyped there.
Yeah, you make it almost like canon lore at an event, that Hu Yang thing, and then you could take that and throw it right on StarWars.com, dude. Like to bring us up to speed.
Huge Wang. Exactly.
That's how you remember it.
Wrong one. That's still the show out in Vegas, Hal Runner. Great show. Great show, but he is there.
Huge Wang is the MC for The Empire Strips Back, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it would be pretty cool if he, you know, started off with a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
I love that.
And we get that, you get that recap of Ahsoka, right?
That'd be great.
Flashes into what he could predict is happening. Now with Ahsoka, that puts us, I feel, right back in.
Yeah,
I feel we're a little bit
100% right.
You know,
you're 100% right, because again, with this lull, unless like I did, but like I said, going back and rewatching it, because I just did that, so it's fresh in my mind, and I'm sure I'll do that right before season 2 again, and all those things. But something that brings it to the forefront as promotional, but almost a canon promotional thing. It's unheard of, right? And I think that would be amazing.
Like,
are they thinking of this?
Yeah, like in universe kind of
We talk about this all the time on our Toy Chest shows about, like, is Hasbro thinking of these things that we're coming? Is Disney thinking of these things? Like, this is something that you could get the world behind Star Wars once again as hype. What I miss the most out of Star Wars is not necessarily watching the movies. It's the 3-4 months before, you know, episode 1, 3-4 months before The Force Awakens was the magical times to live in. Once it's done, you're like, you know, it's a big letdown, you know.
But
the build-up.
The build-up, right.
You know, what was it? A year and a half in advance, we got the teaser for The Force Awakens. So, I mean, it is absolutely, we could end up with the teaser for Mando Grogu. But I like that idea of, you know, we always say that we live Star Wars, right? This is a living, breathing universe. You can't really hate it because it already happened, right? We're witnessing what happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. What a better way to advertise things and to keep it kind of in universe, right? Have a character narrate something like that,
especially if it, like, even if it's Hondo, and it can, because then it goes right into their moneymaker, Disneyland. You know what I mean? It goes right into the smuggler's line. look, there is ways to connect it all. And that's what we do here on a Sarlacc Digest. We connect it all. And sometimes it's baffling to us, like, why aren't they connecting this stuff in real life, real life things? Why aren't they that? And I think that would be absolutely
that'd be really cool.
Perfect, dude. Alexander is checking. Yeah, Hasbro. Yeah. Yes, View Moocher, he needs to catch our Monday show. Absolutely. I think they do. They just can't say it. Right?
So I want to.
Oh, yeah.
Jack in the Box. Does Favreau kill off Mando, placing Fett as a Mandalorian?
Ernie says yes.
Yes.
I say absolutely not. It's not
Welcome
because
to the number one member in the pit tonight, Jack in the Box. Yes.
Well, I just Mando Grogu is the money machine right now. I mean, that's your thing. And Boba Fett taking over Mando. First off, Mando has no personality, and Boba Fett's got too much personality.
So, right now,
right? It's for some reason Mando and Grogu work. In
so
tandem,
we do have the reveal of season 3 of Visions coming out.
Sorry, Stu John. He's number one. Ernie.
Yes. Sorry.
Get it right, man. Get it right.
Sorry. Even Hal Runners, respectfully. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, we do have the confirmation of season 3 for Visions.
Yes.
So we may get our list of who's going to be in there.
Sure.
They give us that one of our titles and like that.
Yeah.
We do know that the Ronin is going to have his own. So we could probably show that one. And I think for our Star Wars
news,
I'm
kind of excited about. I like that idea of the Ronin having his own.
Yes.
Me too.
And
I like the concept of it.
Me too.
I think to end our Star Wars, because you got to remember, guys, this is D23, so it's all Disney properties. So they're going to hit in little sections.
Right.
So I think with all this being said, you end it with that good family feeling of, they did so well. It was a surprise. They'll probably bring the kids out from Skeleton Crew and just give them an announcement of season 2 Skeleton Crew coming your way that they never thought of, that they never knew.
Right.
Fern is currently the gal who played Fern is currently the lead in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot.
But she's busy.
She's a bit on the busy side. So
Whelm is also shooting Oswald with Favreau at Disneyland right now.
Those kids are
Wimmis.
They're everywhere. Yeah,
they are.
But doesn't mean that they can announce
correct.
Something in 2-3 years.
You bring it for that was a lot. They were very surprised on how well that did for everybody.
From
it was very older nerds to family to kids picked up on it.
It's the modern Ewok adventure.
Correct. The Neo merchandise was crazy.
Yeah.
They need to make sure that goes. So yes, I understand that everybody's busy, but that's what I'm saying.
Everybody needs more Neil.
Correct. So you just bring them on stage. It doesn't say when, but hi, we're there at part 2, and everybody gets there. Oh,
yeah.
Yes. And that's how you can wrap it up.
I mean, Dr. Brentley, a lot of times these ideas will be brought up and shot down by someone higher up that thinks they know better. That, and there's that whole adage of because it's public, they can't use it. You know what I mean? It's like, for example, if somebody comes up with a story, they won't use it because it came up somewhere else. And the suits know better. Of course they do. Yeah. Little do they know. Michael Gutierrez, is Steve Bloom likely to voice Zeb in The Mandalorian Grogu? I think so. I think
so. That was him in The Mandalorian.
Yeah,
so,
I think he's full on returning. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Alexander Storm Ronan was the Star Wars figure of the year so far. I can't wait to get to the figures of the year because there's a lot of
Alexander. Did you get both?
No.
Suddenly, I think I need to order one.
Did get the black and white one. I think he did. I think.
Yeah.
He'll let us
black and white was the Celebration exclusive.
Yeah.
And then recently was the color version that just came out.
Yes,
so good figure, but that black and white one. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How Runner show us a reel of a clip Mando getting his Razor Crest back. I'm looking at it going, right, you know what? It needs to come back properly. 100%. He got the black and white one.
Yeah,
so
black
he
and
got
white
the
one
good
is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The color version is just nice to pair it with.
Excuse me for just a moment, gentlemen. I'll be right back.
No problemo. But skeletons. See, we're talking about before you popped on. We were talking about the necessity of certain.
Sorry,
series.
I was doing a reset. I barely made my show.
Oh, no worries.
Did you lose power on Friday?
No.
You know what? out here from 9 p.m. till 7 in the morning.
I'm sorry. Yes, we did. But mine only came was off for a couple minutes. It wasn't
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Bro, Friday was the hottest here, 9 p.m. till 7 a.m. So when I came in to do the show, I totally forgot. I had to reboot everything. I barely got my show on. And then when I switched off, I couldn't come over here in the link. My Google bar is gone. I had to keep typing in like Gmail, and then it wouldn't. And I was like, oh my God. I have no idea. So every time I click Google, I get a white screen, bro, with the thing in the morning. And I'm like, what's going on?
Well, I'm sorry. We stalled. We made a conscious effort not to talk about D23 until you popped on, because I was like, that was Ernie's. Awesome. Ernie's got it, as well. And of course, it's being held in Florida, so it's at Walt Disney World.
Yeah. There's also another confirmation that goes back to us. I wish Chris was here, because I did want to say this here as well too. Is there still? Yes, definitely. Hondo is going to be the introduction.
For
he's
Smuggler's Run.
Part of it. Yes.
See?
So it's still the same. Yeah. So, okay, if you're having that, yes, and he's going to be talking with Mando and everything, this has to be right. He's going to have to be dialed in some way. Not for us just to know that.
Yeah. We've been saying that for so many freaking years, though. I mean, I don't want to get my hopes up.
But it's
but I felt a little bit closer with them confirming that.
Yeah.
Because we had said, well, who's going to take over for Hondo? How are they going to do that?
Mm-hmm.
And that animatronic is so good. You don't want them to get rid of it,
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And the way they program those things, they could just reprogram it to say other things, another dialogue, another storyline, and, just go from there. And I think it might be the way to talk about the Disneyland Galaxy's Edge. It could be their way of getting out of a strict canon timeline, that they can be more flexible with that. You know what I mean? So they could put Hondo in there with Han Solo. They could put Hondo in there with Rey and Chewie. You know what I mean? It can do all these things. So it's not as pigeonholed right into a we have to stay in this in between 7 and 8 timeline, which that's where they started, let's see. Okay, Jax. Let's see. All right, Jack in the Box. If Fett and Grogu take the mantle, it redefines what the Mandalorian means, like how the Godfather shifted from Brando's character to Pacino's, which Favreau often cites as his inspiration. First off, when I see Boba Fett, he wears Mandalorian armor. Jango Fett was Mandalorian, but Boba Fett's not, and he never was Mandalorian. We never walked that line. He never did the ancestral thing. He was a bounty hunter. He was set on revenge, and he became the most feared bounty hunter in the world. So for him, kind of carrying on any kind of Mandalorian titles, traits, whatever, I think it's a complete opposite of what what Din Djarin set off to do and who he is. Boba Fett, it just wears Mandalorian armor. You know what I mean? He's not to me, like he's never was a Mandalorian. That's been a debate for a long time, right? Like you can make the argument by blood he is, but by creed he's not. You know what I mean? And so I don't see that problem of him never going that route. That's
but at the same time, neither was Din Djarin, right? Din Djarin was sworn into he was not foundling, a Mandalorian by birth, right? He was a foundling.
Right. Right.
So
but that's fine, because you could become a Mandalorian by creed. Just like in the Old Republic, there's Sith purebloods and then there's Sith. So anybody can become a Sith, but there's also Sith pureblood as a race of people. Mandalorian has a race of people, but they're also, you could become a Mandalorian by creed versus, by birth. And Din Djarin was that. He followed the path. He took the oath. He became a Mandalorian by that way. And Boba Fett didn't. He just became a bounty hunter. And there was nothing in his past that even signaled that he was a Mandalorian that I can remember. So, like I said, it's just one of those things. Like, I never felt lost in the fact that Boba Fett never took that part of it or took the Darksaber and wanted to rule Mandalore. I just think he had even without Boba Fett, it was a different agenda altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And anyway, that being said, we also kind of consider Book of Boba Fett a chapter of the overall Mandalorian series.
He's in the story. So, he's in the overall story, you know. And again, he looks like, well, he's a clone of Jango, which was the entire basis of a galactic war that redefined it to the Galactic Empire. I mean, he's a pivotal character in the entire Star Wars saga. And that's almost like if he went the Mando route, he'd just become way too involved.
Mm-hmm. Michael Gutierrez asking, what do we know about Jackson? He's in the Lego Star Wars rebuild Pieces of the Past. What do you want to know? I mean, he was an old character from the Marvel comics back in the 80s.
Yeah, he's the rabbit dude. So everybody knows he's the rabbit looking guy, and they made an action figure from him with the comics and everything. Has he been in the background of anything? Has that race been?
No.
Okay, so
not unless there's some kind of weird animated thing where it might have showed somebody, but I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay.
A good skeleton crew on that pirate place, right? Tortuga, basically.
Yeah. Tortuga.
It would have been. That would have been a good spot to have.
That would have been key
to have somebody back in there looking like that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, look,
a little introduction.
Leave it up to Favreau, not Favreau, Filoni and Favreau, basically, to throw a deep cut in there, and we might see a live action Jackson race.
Well, what's cool about the Lego stuff though is they're allowed to do that. Lego's allowed to go crazy on whatever they want because it's Lego. It's their story.
Yeah,
there is nothing there. They
were even allowed to make fun of Star Wars. They were allowed to make fun of it.
That's what I'm saying. So to see him there, that's cool. Yeah. Now the figure that Moocher was speaking of, that was done in one of those loopholes because they put it as the comic.
Right.
The comic series.
It's not canon
that we're getting, correct.
And it's a terrible figure too.
Yeah.
It really is a bad figure. Stu John, George hated that character. Stu John, everybody hated that.
George hated a lot of
If anybody tells you they love Jackson, it's because they weren't alive whenever the comics ran, and
it's the same. Through it. Look, and I know Ernie's going to give me slack on this, but here's the thing. I love Captain EO for the nostalgia, but it was horrible. You know what I mean?
But it's still part of the Star Wars universe.
You're right. Yeah.
So
look, dude, that's the same kind of thing. Like, people like Jackson because it's the nostalgia, but it's not a good thing, you know. So
I will take it. I'm telling you, still, Skeleton Crew's whim. He will become Captain
Michael. Yeah, he is Captain.
That's all he's there for.
Look, man,
and he
modernize it, retcon it, make it happen.
Yeah, he had Hooter because his best friend was Neil. The kid just runs away, comes up with all the story of the Jedi, gets to make his own, and calls himself Captain EO.
Yeah,
and he brings everybody along with him.
I mean, he was the captain for a while, right?
Yes,
he was the captain.
He gets the captain of their own ship.
That's right. Hal Runner likes Jackson.
Of course he does. It's Hal Runner.
What? Never picked up a comic book. Mando.
Yeah, Mando doesn't know how to read. Remember?
Oh, that's
he just looks at. Yeah. Okay. So anyway.
Ben Schwartz is voicing Jackson in the new Lego Star Wars show. Cool. I'm actually the more we talk about it, the more I'm kind of like, when it comes out, when I see it, I'm going to be sitting watching it. Dr. Brentley, Captain EO.
Yeah. I'm now okay. So since we got Fuzzball in Skeleton Crew, like I said, which makes it canon. I would still love for some time to see Captain EO's ship fly through something. That's all we need. It's just a flyby. It was very distinct.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yes, right. It was very distinct the way it was.
Yeah, no.
You know, that would be cool.
Thank you, Toyo YOLO 4x4. Always learn so much about Star Wars listening to you guys. You know, we might be making this up as we go, but no, there's something. But thank you for that. Yeah, Alexander. I don't know if
I got
can
you, Alex.
do another show with no.
I got you, Alex. The toy chest now starring Alexander Storm.
I never put down Michael Jackson. I just put down that
Captain
ride
EO.
And Captain
EO.
I'm trying not to say Captain EO as a whole, not the character. If anybody knows me, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. I would never do that. But I think if you watched it today,
look at 3D.
If you watched it today,
gonna change the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's Hooter. Hooter.
I always close my eyes at that point because I always was scared of 3D back when I was a kid. I was like, oh.
Angelica Houston was just too much for you.
Yeah.
She was creepy, man. She was awesome.
You find me, beautiful.
Disneyland.
It's the best, dude.
We are here to change the world. Yeah. I thought they were going to bring it back at one point, but I guess not. I don't know what they're going to do.
They will.
That. Yeah, I would say yes, because that was the last thing that was in there a few years ago for one of the anniversaries, and it was great.
It'll be the 40th
many times.
The 40th anniversary of Captain EO.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because
second
it never went back to anything, Scott. It was there. Usually they switched it to other anniversary stuff. Or a special show, but nothing has been in there. And Adelphi, you're welcome.
Next year is the 40th anniversary of Captain EO.
I do remember it come back.
There we go. D23. We're going to get an announcement.
Okay, if they do it, all right. Yeah,
it could be. Yeah,
but it's going to be a 1-to-1. Like I guarantee you guys don't remember it the way you're thinking. I guarantee.
No.
Oh yeah, I do.
I saw it when it came back.
That's what I'm telling Scott.
Yeah.
So it's still at the Tomorrowland Theater. They never changed it.
Right.
Yeah.
They have it there.
Here's the thing. As much as I'm I don't think it aged well, I will be there. I will be there watching it. And just like Alex says, Fett, you were dancing down that hallway.
Heck yeah.
He does it at the hallway in his house.
Yeah,
he does. But it's I think the only other thing I really enjoyed, because they also had Honey I Shrunk the Audience, and
that was fun,
which was fun.
Yeah.
But then they did, when The Force Awakens came out, right, and it ran from The Force Awakens to whenever they were about to release The Last Jedi. They had the story of Star Wars, and it was a 15-minute long journey from Episode 1 to Episode 7. Apparently,
I cried.
Episode 7. Oh my God!
There were moments because they were showing Episode 7.
Yeah.
Should have stopped it right at return.
But it was so good.
That was fun. Rhino Hobbies. Wait, they still play in the park? No, it came back. I did remember it came back a few
anniversary.
10, 15. So we're saying hopefully at the 40th anniversary next year. D23, maybe they'll announce it. That would be a surprise. If they announce a surprise, it's a miss if they don't.
With that, Rhino, what me and Scott are saying is, like you said, there was Honey I Shrunk the Audience. You have the Star Wars one, but for that last anniversary, that was the last thing there, and I do remember that they haven't switched it.
Yeah.
So it's
the last thing that showed in that theater.
To me, I always look over at it and I'm like, Captain EO's ready to go, literally right now, because that's what was there,
Yeah. Mando Mike is Captain EO online to watch. Yes. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I'm sure it's on you can even get the old Star Wars ride. Yeah, YouTube it. It's
on YouTube. Yeah.
I know, dude. 40 and you blinked it and you missed. Yeah.
Seriously.
And so what I'm talking about,
Toyo
was in Skeleton Crew. I flipped out because Fuzzball, Captain EO's little character, was on that said pirate. I just always call it Tortuga. I can't remember.
I mean, it's what it is. I can't remember it either. It's what it, for now on. It's Tortuga. Yeah.
It was there, which then makes it because Captain EO was done by George as well too. So
yes,
that's what makes it special, So to see Fuzzball in Skeleton Crew, then you're just throwing in that Captain EO's canon.
Just like the Ewok Adventures are canon because of that of
Port Borgo. Thank you. Yeah,
Port Borgo.
Yeah, man. Mike, if you go to YouTube, it is on there, but then also so is the original Star Tours.
Yes, it is.
Which has lots of Easter eggs in it too.
The original Star Tours is
and that's one that I wish would come back too. I wish they would do that.
Like a limited thing, right? Like on May 4th.
Yes,
the May 4th.
That's the season of the Force.
The only problem you've got with that is you gotta take C-3PO. It's not just a real.
That's true.
I mean,
they
can reskin it, right? I mean, you can throw Captain Rex back in the driver's seat.
You could.
But could you imagine if it was a completely remastered version of the original ride where it was crystal clear? And
even that would be Oh, I would be so down for that.
They would even fix the jump cut that's happening in the comet when you go to the tail the tail of the comet and all the crystals. There's a jump cut there. They can fix that. I remember all the time. I mean, I used to ride that. We used to ride that all the time to the point where I would like
over and over and over again.
Over and over, where I would stay in the seats and they would get on the intercom going like, like get up. I'm like, come on, man, this is gonna stay on.
I miss the People Mover where it would take you through the world of Tron, and then you would go through the back end of Star Tours. You'd see all the droid parts moving along the roof, and man, those were the days.
That was cool. I still like it.
Why was that creepy stormtrooper though in People Mover so creepy? It was just a regular. Remember, he was standing there,
just standing there.
Glass,
but
it looked like
it had no skeleton.
It really looked like a.
It was just
zombie trooper.
Yeah, who did you piss off? Like, there's a real body in there.
Yeah.
Who is that? Yeah.
John Graper has a question, off the wall question. Do you guys remember if they had a Mando novel that they pulled? We all assumed it was because of Gina controversy. Do y'all think it was released now? I don't
remember that.
I don't remember a novel being announced and then not, because we have for past, I don't know.
That's what I was going to say.
7 to 8 years. We've been getting advanced copies on every novel, and I don't remember ever getting it because we usually get an email before that. I don't remember I'm sure Scott's looking it up right now.
I am. An original adult novel for The Mandalorian was canceled by its publisher Del Rey on March 9th due to the show's continually expanding story.
Okay.
There's nothing specifically stating it was because of that, but because Disney's unfolding continuity made it difficult for them to do a book without screwing up.
Got it. Okay. So
yeah.
So John, great question. But in case you didn't know, and those in the pit as well too, we have tons of past episodes with lots of authors that came on here and how we got said sponsorship in order to get the books early and everything.
Yeah.
So definitely something for you to check out.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully we can get a couple of them back on. I don't think we've talked that much. I don't think we've badmouthed them too much.
I don't think we badmouthed the books enough.
Because of Old Republic stuff. Because of Old Republic.
That's the High Republic. Yeah, the High Republic.
That's what I meant. Yeah. Hey,
I enjoyed the High Republic novels.
Now you do.
I enjoyed the High Republic novels. Yeah. After it was all said and done, there was a couple that was like, "What the hell is happening right now?"
Yeah.
But as a whole, I enjoyed it.
That's where you definitely get the Scott Solo show by himself.
Yeah.
Welcome to Reading with Scott Solo. Today's guest is.
I have a velvet smoking jacket and a fake pipe, and
you can borrow SD here, and he'll hold your drink.
I'll have some bourbon, and I'll just say in today's episode we talk about the High Republic.
Yeah. Yes. But I can see them reissuing a Mando novel because we don't have one. We have that'd be great if they did, especially if they could. Perfect opportunity. We don't know. I mean, it's actually pretty simple to do because the Mando Grogu movie and season 3, there's a gap there because of he could be just on this adventure and then we get thrust in whatever. And and they can have they can have novels in between and just kind of like again, remember with the novels and the comics, nothing is ever impactful. They're they keep it very close to the chest on all the novels, except for era novels like the High Republic, which they have kind of like they just can't mess with anything original, leading up to it. But
and that's part of the reason
character and kill them off, and
that's part of the reason why the novels sucked for so long, though, is because we couldn't get any real stories. Right? We were all excited about the Aftermath series, and whenever the Aftermath series debuted, it was like, what is this, and why is it in the first person? This is not cool.
Right.
So
Mando. No, it was a magazine. I wouldn't consider it a cartoon, and the original cartoon, and the heavy. He's talking about the heavy metal because he wants to be credited of reading a comic book. So no, and coloring books don't count. And I know he had some coloring books because he gave them to me. So let's see. Jack in the Box. Modern Star Wars doesn't capture the sense of mystery and wonder that the original trilogy had. The focus shifted more towards explaining lore and fan service. So with the, for the longest time, it took, one of the questions was like, for us was like, why do I love Star? Why am I so enthralled in this world? Why am I just like, I can't think of anything else? Even other movies that come and go, they just come and go. But Star Wars just kind of sits there, and I could talk to you guys about it forever and ever. And I think it is because we were just plucked right into the Galactic Civil War on a hero's journey. I think the hero's journey is what's lost in today's Hollywood in general, coming from the farm boy with the mentor, with the swashbuckler, with the damsel in distress, with the bad guys, and then it's the threat of the galaxy being thwarted at the end. That is stuff that we were just thrust right in. We didn't need any exposition. We didn't need we had to crawl, and that was enough. And of course, it's a sci-fi, so it's in that whole trailer, this could be happening right now. You know what I mean? It's like, and I think today's, even in Star Wars, I think they try to ground it way too much and explain it way too much, where our theory crafting doesn't get there. Our headcanon doesn't get there as much as the original trilogy. That's why I think, its age is has a lot to do with it. Why we just live in that world. Even the prequels explained way too much. You know what I mean? There was nothing to really talk about in the prequel era because it was like A, B, C, D, all the way to Z.
Right.
You know what I mean? And maybe that's why it doesn't seem magical. And so now we're getting so when the fan service happens, we fist pump. It's like, oh, there's Darth Maul, there's Obi-Wan, there's this, because we've already been spoiled on the why Star Wars works so much. So I don't know if they can do that again. I really don't.
So but that's a double-edged sword though, because they've expanded so much into the lore of the universe and the lore of the Force, and bringing in people like the Father, the Son, and the Daughter, and to explain the Force and how it all works. I mean, to just never go back to those themes and explore those themes further, it would be a missed opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So I have a hard time calling something like that fan service. I have a hard time seeing Anakin training Ahsoka and flashbacks of Anakin and Ahsoka. I have a hard time saying that's fan service because it is helping to expand those characters, right? It's helping to build those characters. It just seems to me like
fan service to me is the Ghostbusters movies. Like,
yes.
At the end, when Bill Murray shows up at the end and saves the day and then walks off, it's like you know what I mean? That's like that. So Star Wars has those moments, but no, you're right. The moments where we fist pump, Plagueis would be a fan service at this point in Acolyte. Because
that and I'm sorry, but the Palpatine at the end of Rise of Skywalker was pure fan service. There was no other reason to go there. There was no reason to go there other than to have Ian McDermott on screen,
right,
doing his thing, Real quick though, Toyolo. So how did Grogu end up with the Mandalorian at the beginning of season 3? Is that ever explained? I thought he was with Luke.
Yeah. Book of Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett explains all of that.
Again, a very important show.
Yeah,
people.
2 episodes. 2 episodes within the episodes of Book of Fett have a Mandalorian episode, which it is of Luke, Mando, Ahsoka, Grogu centric, and they show the whole thing. So that is one of the things, because again, I think, and Disney Plus, correct me if I'm wrong, when you go to Mandalorian, is Book of Fett in there in the timeline? So you got 1, 2, Book of Fett 3, or is Boba Fett on its own? Because if it needs to be in that center so people can go. It
does need to be in there.
Yeah, it needs to go chronological in there. So do yourself a favor, watch Book of Fett just for that aspect of trying to catch up, because Book of Fett is in the Mandalorian arc. You know what I mean? That's why they call it the Book of Fett. So
Grogu was given the choice and he picked Mando, which was cool.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, I don't watch Star Wars. I like G.I. Joes and tune in just because the awesome guys. Hey, you know what?
Buddy. That's right.
You know what? We'll dude. Yeah, we love G.I. Joe too. So
yeah.
And shout out to Joey for being here.
Yeah, Joey's here, trying to eat some real food and wash off the hospital off of me. Let's go Star Wars. Awesome, Joey. Yeah, man.
Prayers with you, brother. Watch some Star Wars after this.
Yeah,
you feel better.
Yeah, that heals all.
Star Wars heals everything.
Watch The Acolyte, and everything will be okay, man.
Whoa, that'll put him back.
That'll put him back in the hospital. Never mind, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, don't do it. Don't do it, Joey. Watch some OT Star Wars, and you'll be feeling good, brother. Yeah.
Rhino Hobbies. It's a shame we'll never get the George and Marcia Lucas team up again.
Oh yeah, Marcia and George.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll ever get Lucas. I don't know. Maybe there's a point for a
he can't
cameo.
Get away. He still shows up on set. He still talks to everybody.
Look, like Celebration 2027.
His footage.
Yeah. Celebration 2027 is in Los Angeles. He has his museum opening next year, which is jam-packed with Star Wars stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If he's not there at Celebration, you can kiss it goodbye completely. That's what I'm betting on. If he shows up at Celebration, then he might have an opportunity to guest appear on, not appear, but like guest direct or guest produce something. I think that would be cool. I don't think he'd take the ball and run with it, but a like an executive producer, George Lucas, on a I don't know. I mean, something in his wheelhouse. He wrote it all from the wheels. I mean, he wrote this bigger picture that actually could translate to Dawn of the Jedi stuff, right? So
George picked Grogu's name. He's still a part of it.
That's true. He's got some influence, but it's more like I said, it's a courtesy influence. They come to him and they,
Was I supposed to say that?
He was.
I think that's out
there, right?
Yeah.
That's out there, right?
Yeah.
That's out there.
He was so burned. He was so burned by Star Wars and Star Wars fandom. He will never come back and direct again.
No, I don't think directing. I think I think, like I said, if anything, it's a consultant role. You know, he does it for fun. They invite him on set. He was on the set for Ahsoka. He was on the set Solo and stuff. So I mean, I like that though. I do like to see that kind of relationship there. But he's got priority. He's got other things he's doing, and he's 81. So I mean, something like that.
Yeah, Jack. I have no doubt that he will be there for the 50th anniversary in 2027 celebration. I have no doubt he will be there, but I do not think that we will ever get an announcement of him directing Star Wars.
It's not going to be a George Lucas project or anything like that. Like I said, if anything, I guess if anything, I would put money on would be like a say for example, a 12-part miniseries on something, and he directed one of them or wrote an arc. He wrote an arc, or something like that. That and it could be in the animation department too.
Could be.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had some sort of hand in the Darth Maul animation coming up. Darth Maul is his baby.
Filoni is definitely texting.
Oh yeah. I mean,
the master and the apprentice, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Hey, James Morrow checking in. James? Hell yeah. Yeah. Oh, Basil G never heard of the George Grogu connection. Well, did Ernie just
No. I heard that somewhere.
I kind of remember because
I think it's true. Yeah.
Well, if you think of George Lucas, the name has the GR and the U in there, and the O. So
there you go.
It's like a combination of George Lucas's name to make Grogu.
He did it. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
No, we said it. It's done, and unless it's debunked. So.
Produce the George Lucas sequel trilogy treatment. From what I read, no.
So, from what I understood of the tidbits that were leaked and came out, we're talking about going into the quantum realm of Star Wars. Okay, another universe in the quantum realm. So think Ant-Man, Quantum Mania, Star Wars. Is what
with midichlorians.
Where he wanted to go with that. Now, I don't know where that goes impacts, but it's a complete departure of what I would guess that where the sequels would have went. Here, and I'll leave it like this and everything. I think the point of a true 7, 8, 9 that we could have gotten should have been in 1985 to 1990 window. That's the time frame where the actors could have came back, or even the prequel era. he should have made 7, 8, and 9, not 1, 2, and 3. Because he didn't do that, we would never get an actual George Lucas vision of whatever, because it's the continuing adventures of Luke, Han, and Leia. They're gone. And there's hard to do that nowadays, so
shut your whore mouth. They're never gone.
That's what I was saying. I wanted to say watching Ahsoka again and going to Mando, I'm sitting there going like, this is 7, 8, 9, basically. I mean, it really is the continuation. Their names are still there. They're still around. The conflict is there. It is a different conflict. We got Thrawn trying to reunite the remnants and all that stuff, and you get this whole Dathomir plot with now it's Sith witch magic and the Empire,
Mortis, and it still works.
Yeah,
right?
And Mortis comes into so it's interesting to see where Ahsoka 2 is going to take us. I think I'm enjoying this a lot more than, well, of course, the sequels. And I don't know where the New Jedi Order is going to take us. Because, again, I've been hearing rumblings that that's the next focused era, 10-year plan for Disney is we're going to be in the sequel era of Star Wars for a long time with things and
doing the exact opposite of what they should be doing.
Yeah, exactly. Supposedly it's too good to be true. It's too good to pass up. Hence why the Starfighter movie has been rushed in between. That's the little things that I've been hearing. We'll see how it pans out. I'm more interested in 35,000 years way back, James Mangold. Let's go there and live there. But let's see, James Morrow. I remember hearing George Lucas sequel idea Disney turned down and thinking they sounded good. Yeah, I mean, it was like, again, it was a complete departure of what I would ever even think of what 7, 8, and 9 would be. I guess he has a different idea.
Have atomic-sized lightsabers? Because if there's no lightsabers,
what's going on my phone? There, it's over. So, all right, guys. Well, let's get out of here. This is fun, right? I mean, we're gonna see where D23 takes us. It could be just like I said, a song and dance, and a couple flashes of image of lightsabers, and be like, that's it. That's all they're doing. It could be. But I think like Ernie's mentioned, there's a hype machine that we need to get on because this is a lull. And Mando Grogu is the return of the theaters, and they need to have that as their mission statement going forward because it's momentum up to Celebration 2027, 50th year. I mean, for God's sake, if you don't start something now, it's just gonna be like, oh, that came and went.
Yeah,
right.
Real quick before we go, we do need an update on the LAT, and that update is we are here. Let me fix the screen momentarily. Please hold on. We are at 3860, so it went up 5 while we were talking. So
I know Tommy probably added a couple more accounts to buy 5 more. So.
So we've got 11 days to try and hit that target of 8,000. We're doing our best because we do feel like, if people want this thing, they should be able to get it. So,
absolutely.
Fingers crossed that it passes. I backed one. I can't wait to see it in the toy room. So,
hey,
anyway.
So I'm going to kick it over to Ernie, but right fast, I'm going to say this, that our next toy chest is going to be on the Monday that's the last 24 hours of the Backing the Lat. So that's going to be our kind of like live show up until that point, and then other shows will carry it on. So stay tuned, of course. Like and subscribe to get those notifications because that's when you'll know when those I've seen Instagram posts all over the place, but our own Scott doesn't have it yet. But everybody in the pit, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Ernie. But Ernie, I'm done talking for once.
Yeah, thank you guys very much for coming in, joining us tonight, jumping in the pit. On these times, I know it may seem like there's not Star Wars news, but there's always Star Wars news, especially with D23 coming up. Hopefully that kicks in this resurgence of news and more stuff to talk about and lots of stuff to look forward to. Like we said, there's a bunch of stuff coming TV-wise, movie-wise, and stuff in the parks that are going to change from Star Tours to the Smuggler's Run. So there's a bunch that we could be hit with. So don't ever think that it's low on news time. We always got something to talk about over here. So thank you for jumping in the pit with us, jumping in line with us. Yes, don't forget to check out the Sarlacc Toy Box on Mondays. Wait for that and do that one. Don't forget to go watch all the replays as well, too. We have tons of content, like I said, from authors to great toy reviews to stuff going on. You can find us on all social medias. We also have the Discord over there for some Star Wars talk going on all the time. Moocher's in there sometimes, too. So check that out. Thank you to tonight's sponsor, Tosche Station Emporium, for all your figure stand needs.
Oh, hey, Ernie. Ernie, you want to see something really cool really quick?
What?
Check this out. Check this out.
Yeah. Getting ready for the Halloween season.
Yeah, that was awesome.
A lot of 3D printing coming.
That link is down below, so click that link as well, too, and go check it out. Yes, there's the figure stands for all of them, not just Star Wars, Marvel, NECA, whatever you collect. Yeah, they got you covered.
John Stewart. Oh,
yes.
So G.I. Joe. I think there's something about G.I. Joe. We got G.I. Joes on those stands. I mean, come on.
Those are my favorite. What Mooch are showing right there. That really can.
I just dropped a video on the making of these.
Yes. Yeah. That's the latest video over there on Moocher's 3D Printing Lab, which again the link is down there. And if I can, gentlemen, can I plug something for a second?
Absolutely, go for it, man.
I'm hoping you guys will be able to be there. You've been there in the past. I do tons of shows. I am also part of the Toy Migos for all your toy news and everything. It is our 5th year anniversary going down Saturday for our meetup at Frankensons. We have a full schedule going on. At 8 a.m., Adam and I will be at Central City Tattoo Whittier getting our matching Arashi Kage tattoos. That's finally going to happen. Yeah. So we're going to get
I was going to go tramp stamp.
Yeah.
Are you? Everybody wants me to, too, but you go ahead. Meet us.
Don't you have one, Ernie? Don't you have a Arashi Kage tattoo? You're getting another one?
I'm going to get another one. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So then this way it's there. Yeah.
Doubling down.
This will be my first in the proper placement. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Junior, who's going to be handling that. Then after 12 o'clock, we'll be at Frankensons for the meetup, walking around, shopping, checking out all the toys that we can. Lots of stuff to go over there. Then we'll be headed over to the Thirsty Cow for us a Korean barbecue. Join there.
One of the greatest Korean barbecue places I've been to.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Yeah, Scott. And
don't order from the premium menu, for God's sakes.
And bring cash. Bring cash.
Bring cash. We have stressed that this year.
Yeah. They will not
growing and growing.
They will not split the bill.
Yeah. So bring cash and you'll be covered. And then after that, we will be at the arcade going down there, which is what is it? I always want to say Ready Player One, Arcade One Up. I can't remember it. It's the arcade that's at Puente Hills Mall. So we're Back to the Future.
Yeah, don't order the chicken either.
I'm sorry, Rhino. I'm
sirloin.
Sorry.
No, that was me. I ordered the chicken
too the first time.
Rhino cooked it, and it took forever.
Sirloin. 3 orders of sirloin up first. Sorry. That's the first thing you do. 3 orders. Boom. Bring that.
Rhino,
first.
I hope to see you there again. And that's it. And then Sunday, we've now moved into a 2-day event. Sunday will be our cornhole tournament going on down the street from there as well, too. So if you are in the SoCal area and you're down for that, too, there will be a trophy. There will be prizes. If you have cornhole boards, you can bring them if you want to. So we have enough
terrible at
for everybody to play.
I'm very good.
I am a champion.
Of course,
so
of course you
are.
I am terrible at all games.
I'm a champion plus.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I hold the highest score. You want to see?
He just unzipped and laid it down there on the table, kids.
If you know me with gaming.
Yeah.
I talk a lot.
No doubt.
I talk real big. Yeah.
Santo will be there. That's awesome. I got your stuff, Santo.
When you get there, just walk up to Ernie and give him a good old pat on the right forearm. Tell him he's doing great.
On my throwing arm.
Yeah.
Definitely sabotage it all. Yeah, so that's going down. We'll have stickers and tons of stuff going down. Sato will be there. Rhino's going to be there. Come check out some of the pit and others. So it's going to be a good time that's going down this weekend.
Yes, it did, James. I'll just put it.
I can only cornhole while intoxicated. Yeah. Wait, that sounds really wrong out loud. I know. Just really the whole game cornhole does. Yeah. But I actually won a competition, so I had some Fallen Fett boards done.
Nice.
So I got custom boards I'm taking out there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
so that was cool. Yeah, for reals.
Nice.
And this is where the challenge came from. So everybody now wants to make it a thing. So this is awesome.
Awesome.
To turn a 1-day event into a 2-day event. And it's just a good time. It's a good chance to hang out with the community and a bunch of nerds and, go buy toys, go watch and look at toys, talk about toys while we eat, and then join the night of either bowling, karaoke, or arcade games. And then the next day, some cornhole. So
and I don't think it's going to be awesome. 115 this year. So that's
it'll be good as well too. Yeah,
hey, at least Frank and Sons has air conditioning now.
Yeah.
It's not like it's in the old location where there was
it was really bad. If it's your first time going to Frank and Sons, please make some time because you need to find parking.
Yes,
parking is crazy.
How did that get worse? How did parking get worse now that they have their own parking lot?
Yeah, I know, and it just keeps getting worse. It gets farther and farther, like every visit.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's it's gonna be a thing, but that's going down this weekend. I got it all up on my channel if you'd like info and follow along.
Yes, sir. I'm sure you guys will be talking about tomorrow on the Toy Migos. So
yes,
you get your double dose
tomorrow night. Yeah, and find out all the info. You can also find out the spot to where we'll be having the cornhole. So it's a good time. But I know you guys can't make it this year, so I'll still be representing Sarlacc.
Yes, sir.
Not a problem. And so will other people, members of the pit, who also join in on both shows. So that's great.
It's Frank and
Sons.
The first one,
yeah, the first one,
Frank and Sons.
It's a converted Sam's Club that has been turned into just a giant toy warehouse. Essentially, it's 90% pops. 10% action 5% new action 8% new action figures and 2% really super overpriced vintage stuff.
Yeah
there you go, that's it. And some comic books strewn about.
And sports stuff
and the trading cards in the back.
Mike Tyson was there a couple weeks ago.
Was he? Oh, nice.
Yeah, he was there signing
autographs. And I missed that because I would have loved to talk to him, because actually Mike Tyson does collect action figures. And he has quite the collection of X-Men. His wheelhouse, his jam is X-Men.
Nice.
And that's been for a long time. So he has a lot of original stuff. Yeah. So that would have been actually cool to catch him there. And, try and talk with him with that. Yeah. So
cool deal.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But
man.
again,
thanks, Ernie,
thank
for that.
You, everybody. Hit that thumbs up on the way out. Don't forget to drop a comment. That helps us. And tell all your friends all about us. Yeah.
And let's listen to Phoenix Richardson here. If you're going to Frank and Sons, do not park in front of Sam Ash. Or is Sam Ash even there anymore? I thought they closed down. Anyway,
or Home Depot. This one did. Yeah.
They will tow your car, and it's $100. Trust me.
Trust me. Oh man, he knows.
Yeah, you got to keep going around and everything.
Yeah, so. You'll eventually find. It's a constant flow of people in and out. You'll eventually find parking. So
it's a lot of fun inside too.
Yeah.
So
all right, cool. Yeah. Well, awesome. Thank you for that, Ernie. So that's going to be fun, and I'm sure take a lot of pictures and video too.
You got it. Yeah, we will be doing. We're live streaming the tattoos.
Oh, nice.
So that's gonna be crazy. Yeah.
Catch me
crying, Phoenix, whatever it does. But we'll see.
Right on, guys. Well, again, thank you, everybody. We'll see you on next Wednesday, and then of course we will do our toy chest. So with that, Scott,
keep it nerdy, everybody. Bye-bye.
This is Grand Admiral Thrawn. You are listening to the Sarlacc Digest. What a fascinating play on words.